Hi guys, welcome to the Spill and Grill.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Tashinga.
And this is where you spill the stories.
And we grill them to perfection.
Okay guys, let's get to it. Let's get to our stories, shall we? I went on a first date with a very accomplished man, extremely good looking, the whole package. Always makes me wonder why they're single. Then he proceeded to talk only about himself the entire dinner. And what's more, the waitress flirted with him until at one point she took his fork, scooped food onto it, and fed it to him. To which he laughed and played along. And that's when I got up and said, time to go. End of date.
Do you think he knew the waitress?
I don't know,
Because
but either way.
It's very ballsy of her.
Right.
Like, I would probably get fired for that, no?
Right.
She probably thought,
And
you know what,
along.
I'm going to shoot my shot. Let's just go for it. And if I get fired, then I get fired and it was worth it.
I don't think that's okay at all.
No, it's not. He was on a date. That could have been his wife.
That's true. She didn't know they were on a first date.
No,
What
that could
about
have been...
Yeah.
That could have been his wife.
Shame on both of them. And him too. Like, where was the control on his side?
I mean, he was loving it.
Yeah,
He was on a date with a hot lady and then another hot waitress feeds him food. Like, he's like, I've hit the jackpot.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, he's getting like 2-for-1 special.
Basically, it's true, yeah.
No, people need lessons on etiquette and how to act in public and how to act on dates because you took out this girl. Okay, let's say you're interested in the waitress now. Do the date. Carry on with the date. You can always go back to that restaurant to ask the waitress for her number.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be in front of the girl. I think that's really rude.
And if I'm the girl on the date and the waitress started doing that, I would be like, excuse me? I'd be like,
Right.
I wouldn't even just sit there and let it happen. I'd be like, what is actually happening here? What was that waitress thinking, really?
Yeah.
It's a bit strange, no?
And I would complain. Actually, I don't want to be a Karen. I've worked in customer service. I don't want to be that customer. But if I'm on a date and a date that I'm excited to be on, and the waitress steals my thunder,
Yes!
I'd be pissed too. And I think I'd be one of those, like, can I speak to the manager, please?
Absolutely.
I hate to be one of those, but
Yeah, but
I might have to be.
at the end of the day, what is she doing?
And what about if it was his wife, like Tashinga said
It's
previously?
true, yeah.
You know, they're like on an anniversary dinner or something, and you're feeding him chocolate cake or something.
I'd be like,
Yeah. You want some cake? You want some cake? Eat it.
exactly.
Like, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know, some people just have no filter. And you're at
No
work.
brain at all. Yeah, so, yeah, she's at work to top it off.
Look, as if, like, that's like me at work now. Like, I work in IT and, like, sales. And I just, like, start flirting with my prospects.
Right.
Like, I would get in so much shit.
Just, send them nudes to get your sales up.
Girls gone wild, you know? Like, what the hell?
Service workers gone wild.
Literally, like, what are people thinking? There's no filter. It's so bizarre that she did that.
No, not okay. Not okay. Not okay on his part. Not okay on her part. And good for the poster for leaving. She's like, I'm not going to take this shit anymore. F that. And I agree. Like, if that were to happen to me on a date at the time where the food goes into his mouth
I'm out.
by the waitress's hand,
I'm out.
you know what? I'll leave you two at it.
Exactly. I'll leave you two together.
Enjoy the dinner.
What was he thinking, though, really?
What were they both thinking?
Yeah, it's true. What were they both thinking? But he's on a date.
Yeah.
So if anything, I think it's him to say, excuse me, no. But seriously, most guys I know, if a woman was to do that, they'd be like, what are you doing? Even if the woman was hot. Mm-hmm. I'm just thinking, if I was going to ask my guy friends, what would you do? I think they'd be like, okay, even if she's hot, I'd be like, why are you feeding me?
Yeah, your friends sound normal.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
I mean, let's reverse it. If a guy waiter was to feed me food,
oh no,
I don't care how hot you are.
Oh,
what are you doing? What are you doing? No!
I would feel kind of like...
Yeah, a bit like, I'm not a child.
Yeah.
It's not even hot. It's not even like,
No,
what kind of flirting is this?
Take this, eat this, eat this.
Exactly.
Open up. No.
No bueno. I cannot. You're both fools.
Yeah, that's just two idiots together in one room and one poor girl that had to witness it. You know, I was actually out with an ex-boyfriend. He was like a high school boyfriend, and we went out to dinner in this small little diner, nothing fancy. And he had just gotten out of a relationship. And then him and I started dating very quickly afterwards. And he had been to that restaurant very often.
Okay.
And the waitress knew that he had recently broken up with his last girlfriend.
Okay.
And so when we left the diner, she put her phone number on the receipt, not realizing that I was his new girlfriend.
No.
Yeah. We were walking out and he's got the receipt in his hand and he's laughing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you laughing about? And he just goes like this. And it said like Ashley.
Oh, really?
So she must have had like her eye on him.
Oh, for
Found
sure.
out he broke up with his ex.
And yeah, was
And then she's like shooting her shot, not realizing he had already like moved on. But
Fair enough. I think that's a bit more innocent.
Yeah,
A little bit.
I mean, fine. I mean, it's not like, you know, like I didn't go back and talk to Ashley and give her a stern
exactly.
talking.
Yeah, Ashley.
But yeah,
XOXO.
Exactly. I bet he went to talk to her after we broke up too.
Probably, yeah, and was like, I'm single again.
Exactly. But you know what though? To the poster, it was good that you saw this on a first date, because if he could do this on a first date, imagine like when they're not showing, like when they're not out with their best leg forward, right? Their best foot forward. So he showed you his true colors right off the bat. You dodged a bullet.
Bravo. But seriously, bravo.
Yeah. Okay. On to the next disaster.
Okay, get ready, guys. I went out to eat with a man I met at a bar once. Halfway through the meal, this broke degenerate pulled out 2 dead roaches from a napkin in his wallet to mix it in with the rest of the wild rice so our meal would be comped. Blocked him as soon as I got home, 'cause brother, what the
Oh my god!
It's disgusting. Firstly, the roaches, as in cockroaches, were dead. So he was walking around, I don't know, that afternoon, that evening, with them dead in his wallet.
Like dead bodies in his
Exactly.
wallet.
To take to a date at like a restaurant so he could get the meal free. Like, how, like...
Is that how men think they impress women nowadays? Let me watch this get this meal for free.
I'm just in shock. Like, that he even thought about this. Like, I know, I'll get 2 dead cockroaches and put them in the wild rice.
How did he even find them? Like, did he actually go, like, cockroach hunting? Kill them himself? Put them in a napkin into his wallet?
Sorry, but are you looking for cockroaches on the floor in the street? You'll be a while. Unless you live somewhere very specific.
Yeah, it depends where you live, but... like, I think New York has a lot of cockroaches. So does Barcelona.
Yeah, exactly.
And Argentina. So...
Yeah, that's true. But to go out of your way, be like, oh, dude, I'm going to be killing 2 roaches because I've got a date tonight and I want to get the meals comped. If we're stooping this low to get a free meal, then we don't even need to go on a date. What would have happened if we went to a bar for a drink? You're putting the cockroaches in the cocktail?
I can't.
But like, I'm just so curious. Like, what was going through your head? You're going on a date.
Right. I don't understand what he thought his date would think of that. Right?
You're disgusting. You're disgusting. Gross. Like, it makes no sense.
And you can get the people at the restaurant in a lot of trouble. You can get the chef fired.
Yeah.
You don't know if there's an inspector at the time. That restaurant can get fined. The owner can get in trouble as well. It could actually even lead to a restaurant being closed down for your stupid, selfish behavior.
That's a good point, Sarah, actually, yeah.
Also, people can like let's say like somebody at the next table overhears it. then that person can leave like a bad review online.
true.
It can really fuck up the restaurant's reputation.
Exactly.
No, it's wrong on so many levels. Please do not ever do that.
There's actually a lot of repercussions from this.
Exactly. It's so disgusting on so many levels.
And to be honest, I think I would have told the restaurant.
Actually, yeah.
I would have told the restaurant the next day, like, hi, I went on a date and the guy put the cockroaches there. You don't have cockroaches in this restaurant.
Yeah, because that can cause so much issues.
It's true. It's so true. So I think maybe she did go back, but if that was me, I would go back.
Yeah, or I'd call them the next day and say that cockroach thing, that was the guy I was sitting with.
Yeah.
That's insane. Like, you are on a different level of cheap.
Like,
if you're gonna do
cockroaches, like most people I know would put their hair in the food.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that's not
whatever.
You know? Like, it's still wrong.
It's still wrong. Yeah.
But it's a different level. Like, okay, I really want this meal like comped. Like, fine. I do not do this. I do not suggest it. But I've heard of people doing that.
Exactly, yeah.
But like, you got the cockroaches, you got dead cockroaches, and carry them with you to the date.
Ew, it's disgusting. It's so vile. It's so disgusting. It's so cheap. It's so ridiculous. It's like, you're an idiot.
I'm glad that girl like blocked him.
Yeah,
got
absolutely.
Out of there and blocked him.
Absolutely. I would too. You're right.
How could you ever continue speaking to somebody like that? I don't know if like a friend did that. If like a friend and I were at dinner together and my friend did that, I don't even know if I could continue speaking to that person.
I don't think so as well. That's not my type of friend.
Yeah, like I'd be like, if you're that broke, I'll cover the meal.
Dinner's on me.
Yeah,
exactly.
But please don't do something that is gross. It's extremely unsanitary and can really mess up the restaurant's business.
Exactly. He's done this before. Clearly.
Yeah, and she called him a broke degenerate.
Well,
I love that because there is no better word than that. He is an absolute degenerate for doing something like that.
He is absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm gonna vomit. I'm gonna throw up. Oh my god.
At this point.
Just the idea of a cockroach being in your food.
Yeah, it's that, right?
God.
Exactly, it's that. But also, like...
what do you think he would do in that moment? Like, I don't know if I'd like stare mortified but in shock and silent, or if I'd be like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, and like start causing a scene.
I think you would cause a scene. I think I'd be shocked, as if to say, is this really happening? I don't mind cockroaches. I don't mind creepy crawlies, but I'd be watching him like, dude, really? Like, bye.
Yeah.
Like, the date's over. You can pay for the meal.
Oh, absolutely.
Even though he thinks he's getting it comped, he won't be. He'll be paying somehow.
No.
You are a degenerate. You
Absolutely.
are ridiculous. It's actually quite embarrassing.
Yeah. Embarrassing for him. Like...
I just have no words. No words, actually, because it's just like, what?
It's at such a level of insanity.
And cheapness. Like, really? Like, I'd be happy with a Happy Meal at McDonald's, $1.99. Like, okay, you're cheap, but it's $1.99.
Yeah.
Cockroaches in wild rice in a restaurant? Like, what are you actually thinking?
Yeah.
Like,
and if you're that broke, you can go to a cheaper restaurant. Go for coffee.
Exactly.
Go for coffee.
Go for coffee. Go for a walk in the park.
Yeah.
But knowing him, he's probably looking for the cockroaches for the next date.
Yeah. He was probably at the park earlier that day looking for...
Absolutely. Yeah, okay. Sarah's gonna pass out.
Just picturing this makes me... makes my skin crawl, and it actually activates my gag reflex.
Okay, so we don't want that on this channel. And if anyone watching, like, if you don't like this story, like, skip ahead.
Yeah.
Just skip.
We're almost done anyway.
Exactly, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
That's it.
Okay, I think that's the story. Dinner date disasters part 2, guys.
That is part 2.
Yeah.
Part 2. We definitely will have some more coming, for sure.
Yeah.
So guys, as always, our email will be on the screen. So if you have any crazy dating stories or good dating stories, we want to hear from you.
With or without cockroaches?
Yes. Preferably without.
Without, yes.
Sarah cannot take it. We are not specialists. We are not doctors, therapists, dating coaches. We don't have degrees in this stuff. We are just sharing our opinions and our thoughts. So please take it with a pinch of salt.
Yeah, we're just two girls that like to talk. We're building a community to remind everybody that we are not alone and you are not alone.
Exactly. So if you are watching on YouTube, thank you for watching the Spill and Grill. And if you are listening on Spotify, thank you for listening to the Spill and Grill podcast. I am Tishinga.
And I'm Sarah.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.